What is up, mofos? JJ back here with JoeyWerk and Holden for our first baseball joint video with the season starting. I know we did a video prior to the season, but nice little not opening day, but I guess opening weekend video for us on a Sunday. We'll give out some picks. We'll talk on some games. Expect a weekly video from us in this time slot for the rest of the season. It's just going to be a matter of who jumps on, who doesn't. I expect Holden to call out sick a lot. But that's just in his MO.
Why? I've never called out sick.
And look, I'm talking, Holden. Don't interrupt me. and so Joey comes to the video dressed nicely. Clearly, he's going somewhere for Easter. He looks all airbrushed and he's got the nice shirt on. So what's going on, guys?
What's going on? I want to know JoeyWerk. Is JoeyWerk going to like an Easter orgy or something? What are you all dressed up sexy for?
It is Easter Sunday. I might go to virtual church afterwards. I might not.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Got to respect that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Thanks for being a jerk, JJ. Appreciate it. I've actually been looking for more of that from you. You've been a little bit too nice. So let's go win some money today in baseball. How's that sound, gentleman?
Sounds great.
Yes, that sounds good. For me personally, it's been just a complete fisting the last 10 days. So, leverage whatever you're hearing from me today lightly. But overall, excited for this video.
I'm just happy UCLA is gone. I can go back to winning some money. It's like I'm so sick of them. Get the hell out of here. All right, gentleman. Let's go get into these bets here. The first game of the day is kind of nice. I like this. Ian Anderson, Zach Eflin. We'll see if Eflin can put it together this year. Anderson, emerging starter here for Atlanta. Maybe he's already emerged. Total's 8.5. The sides here, Philadelphia, slight favorite. I see it circa. You can get him at plus 102 still. DraftKings, even money. And then Atlanta between minus 108 and minus 120. So let's start with you, JoeyWerk, since JJ has the betting cooties right now, as he said, right? Is that what we're going to call them, the betting cooties? Because I kind of feel like you're a really good bettor and you're being hard on yourself.
Well, that's what you're going to call it, so that's fine.
First, this guy today, I like this, JJ. And second of all, sometimes your camera's a little bit fuzzy. Do you watch porn on that computer? Because I want to know if it's something's. Can you wipe it off?
No,
I was noticing that too before.
It's because he keeps moving. He keeps moving and trying to focus on him, and he's like, the camera can't focus, so he moves so much.
Yeah, I'm a mover. I'm a mover and a shaker.
Airwado, he got bent over yesterday. Yego, 2 goats and Holden. Love to see it. Dom Ricci says hi to you, JoeyWerk.
What's up, Dom?
Dom Ricci. Jeffrey Dolder has a 2.5-inch cock. What do you have to say about that, JJ? No, he put his length there. So funny about that.
Jeffrey understands entrance protocol. You bring up the flaccid size, the social security number. Now you're supposed to say your name. He said New York, which is fine. I mean, the name's in there anyway. But yeah, you gotta respect it. There should be more people like Jeffrey Dolder.
What do you mean the name? Like what
you're supposed to give your first, because sometimes people have these weird usernames. Okay. You're supposed to give your first name, flaccid size, social security number. Only a few people or a handful do it these days, but Jeffrey's an OG.
Okay. So anyways, we're talking about Ian Anderson. JoeyWerk, would you like to go first in this game? Do you have any leans? I'm actually really looking forward to watching this game just from a viewership perspective. I tried to dig in and find a bet. I couldn't do it. What do you got, JoeyWerk?
Yeah, I'm not as high as the Phillies are on Zach Eflin, but Ian Anderson obviously burst onto the scene last year, pitched really good in the playoffs. Didn't pitch that much during the regular season. This is his first matchup versus the Phillies, and he has pitched a little better at home. Eflin, his numbers are not particularly good coming into this year, but the Braves have struggled against him. Acuna and Dansby Swanson are really the only players who've had success really versus him. I lean first 5 under 4.5, but I don't really have a play on this game.
JJ, any plays here? The games that we don't have anything, we might as well just steamroll through.
No, I was
DFS. I kind of like Freddie Freeman today if you're playing DFS. What do you got, JJ? What do you got in this game?
So can we just address the fact that you asked me a question? I began to answer it and you kept talking.
You didn't say anything.
So
time out. You literally didn't say anything.
I mean,
you said nothing.
You asked me a question. What I have 2 seconds before I have to open my mouth? I mean, I'm just trying to compute figure out what I'm going to say.
I mean, you are freaking sassy today. I don't know what's going on.
and let it all out.
Yeah.
So I promise it'll get better, Holden. Maybe not, actually.
I hope it doesn't. I like it.
So the one thing I'll say to back up Joey's point is these two teams aren't hitting, like, really at all. I know it's only been a few games, small sample, but they're not hitting. And for whatever reason, this morning, this game has seen the total move up a half a run. So, yeah, I mean, I'm on board with Joey with the first 500.
Okay, very good. Good talk. St. Louis, Cincinnati, we got Carlos Martinez, the mercurial Carlos Martinez against the gas can, Jeff Hoffman. I mean, come on. How are we not looking at St. Louis today? The total here is 9.5, 10, depending on where you shop. On the money line, St. Louis minus 112, Cincinnati plus 102, maybe even money. JJ, don't talk yet. Thoughts on this game? And shoot.
Thank you for opening the door for me. So this game is going to be a spot I have no love for. I think that, it's going to be a decent spot for many to want to fade the Reds here. But for me at the price, I don't want any part of Carlos Martinez, who, by the way, hasn't exactly looked. What was the word you used? Mercurial. Yeah,
you just don't know what you're getting out of him sometimes.
He hasn't looked the good part of that over the last few seasons. But either way, new season, maybe new him. We'll see. But I have no love for this game.
JoeyWerk?
Yeah, I mean, Carlos Martinez was the closer for this team in 2019. He won a rotation spot back in 2020. He didn't fare well, 9.90 ERA last year. Spring ball, he pitched good in 3 games, bad in three of other games. It's not really a guy I could trust. Obviously, Jeff Hoffman, he pitched an entire career in Coors Field. He joins the rotation here because of all the injuries, but he owns a 6.40 ERA in 230 overall innings in the major leagues. Goldsmith rocks this guy. Both teams used 4 relievers each yesterday and a total of 9 relievers in the first game of the series. So the bullpens have been taxed, both of them. And as we saw, there was a little fight, quote unquote, yesterday. So both teams were heavy. Both games were heavy over games in the first 2, and I expect more runs here. Hard lean to the over 9.5. Hard
lean to the over. So what is it going to take for you just to pull the trigger on this one?
I mean, I did bet the over yesterday. I'll probably, watch the game live and see if I could jump in the first inning, depending on. But, I mean, I more than likely will probably pull the trigger.
Joey, can you tell me about the picture that's right over the back of your head here? All the money in the bag with the abstract stuff. Can you tell me about that? Where you got it, what it is?
What do you need to learn about it?
Just everything.
You know what it is. I mean, what do you mean what it is?
It's a bunch of money, and that's what we're going to get today on this Easter Sunday.
No, I know that. But where did you get it? Who's the artist? Is it print?
It was in my brother's sneaker store, He moved to a bigger store. He said, you know what? We're getting more casual here. And I was like, I'll take it. So now here it is on the wall.
We get a little bit of history of origin on that painting, Joey. When was it actually made? How many times has it been purchased since it's been made? How many of it are made? How unique is it?
Yeah, Holden.
I just need the facts.
Holden, can we what do you got behind you? Are you a Cubs fan?
Posters.
Are you a Cubs fan?
He's got a wall ball, Joey. Wall behind him. Okay.
Yeah, it's the ivy too coming out of the side of my head. I love that ivy.
On the sides of most schools.
Did you get that at the fucking high school fair? The book
no,
fair?
I got it all posters on clearance. It was $199 for the bus. There's a Buster Posey one over here.
Yeah, this guy's busting my balls. He's got a $1.99 sign behind him.
Balls. It's a legitimate question.
He went to the dollar store. He went to the dollar store and got his poster behind him. He's busting my balls.
Don't you miss when I'm talking shit to you? You see, you want me off, and here comes Joey.
Hi, Kay. How you doing, buddy? What up, Ethan? With the 3.1 inches, good stuff. Hope it's not. Does the Chuck Wagon add length to that? You get like an extra centimeter, right, on a Chuck Wagon? No.
Yeah, you have the wrong crowd.
All right, next game.
Well, we were going too fast through the game, so I figured I'd put an interlude in there. Okay, 2:20 Eastern. Pittsburgh at the Cubs.
I mean, we're just skipping like half the 1 o'clock games. What are you doing?
What do you mean? We haven't even gotten to. We did all the 1 o'clock games.
No,
they're not.
I'm
just going through Vegas. All right, fine. I'll do the next one. Hey, let me see if you get this pronunciation right. Who is the starter for Toronto today going against Domingo Germán, Cleveland and Detroit? Detroit plus 115, minus 135 for Cleveland. An awful offense. 8.5 is the total. JoeyWerk, how do you say this guy's last name?
TJ Zooch?
Zoik. The Zoiker.
Pronounced douche, Holden.
Douche, whatever.
Fucking JJ, man. Just all over me today, and I like it.
So
anyways.
He's basically going to be the opener. He pitched 3 games last year, twice versus the Yankees out of the bullpen. And the Yankee starters have pretty good numbers against him in 4 or 5 at-bats that they saw him. He isn't a real high strikeout guy. He has some bad road splits. I don't expect them to pitch more than 3-4 innings. So then it's the Blue Jays fan. Looks like Trent Thornton's going to come in after. And DJ LeMahieu bat 500 versus him. Judge bats 429 against him. The Yankees, Domingo Germán's going. He was out all last year and missed some of 2019 because he was suspended. Another guy with big road home splits, but he pitches much better at home, and the Yankees are home. And in spring, Germán tossed 9 scoreless innings, striking out 13, walking just 1. Wind's blowing out, I'm seeing. Yep. So I expect runs in this game. Lean Yankees.
JJ?
That was a pretty nice recovery, Joey. I just want to say.
Listen,
Toronto blowjobs, Blue Jays.
My bad.
All right, anyways, we're still going, JJ. Hey, if you're joining us, at least we're having fun. Yes, JJ.
So for me, very slight lean. Domingo Germán's K prop over 5.5. Not a big prop guy, but these days I'm trying to look for anything that can find substance. The Blue Jays, I think they have like 12 or 13 Ks in both their games thus far. Granted, one of them was against Cole, where he was at least a decent amount of them. But the top of the order has been K'ing a lot to start. And Germán's always had good K stuff. Now, interested to see how he makes his return, and maybe if they'll give him a little bit of a pitch count, which is why I'm not in love with it. But yeah, 5.5 is a pretty fair number in this spot for Germán.
We're fine with Domingo Germán. Okay, we'll move along. Cleveland, Detroit. Cleveland minus 130. Detroit plus 110, 112, depending where you shop. Total here is 8.5. So, Savali versus Tariq Skubal, one of the top pitching prospects in the game. We'll see how Mr. Skubal fares today against an offense that is just a complete dumpster fire right now in Cleveland. Gentleman, let's do this. I mean, tell me, he's going up against a team now with a team total of 4.5. I don't know how to get a read on him, JJ. That's my problem with Skubal. I don't know if he comes out and he turns into this mega prospect now, or he looks like he did last year, which is a little shaky. What are you expecting out of Skubal today?
So great K stuff. Cleveland's not a big strikeout team, though, overall. I mean, I know they have a few guys in the middle of the lineup that K, but for the most part, they relatively don't go down swinging often. So, if he can't get punch outs, he's shown some issues getting outs. However, to start the year again, much like last year started, and I even believe the year prior, Cleveland first half unders. Again, 2-0 already to start. Another spot here where they're hanging at 8.5, so you're going to get a 4.5 first 5. It's tough to look away from how staggering these numbers have been over their last large sample. And I know and their lineup got a little worse with no more Lindor. Detroit, has no Cabrera in the lineup today. Not that matters all that much, but he is out today. So, for me, lean first 5 under, just because and I'm not a big trends guy, but that's a trend that's proved to have some value. And I think it's having more value again to start the year.
JJ, what's your take, or Joey, what's your take on that trend there that JJ just brought up?
Yeah, I like it. As I stated, in my division previews, I wanted to target unders in Indians games. Instead, yesterday I took them first 5, and that was my mistake. But Savali, he has 22 major league starts, 2.69 ERA, 1.20 WHIP, posting 115 Ks to 32 walk ratio. And in a small sample size, Detroit has bad numbers versus him. Skubal, obviously, he's a young lefty, has K upside, but he had a 5.63 ERA in 2020, gave up 9 homers in just 32 innings. He has pitched much better at home, which here's a home game. But I think Savali definitely holds down this Detroit offense early, and the Indians really aren't a team I'm interested in backing at a favorite price. I know this is the lowest favorite price they've been. They were minus like 170 at least in the first 2 games. This price is much cheaper. minus 130, but I'll lean them first 5, but I definitely am with JJ, lean first 5 under. And if you look at the Cleveland's lineup, they even got 7, 8, 9 is Ahmed Rosario they're starting. He can't hit for shit. Josh Naylor, Yu Chang, and Austin Hedges, who can't hit either. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9.
So am I betting the under in this in the first 5? Is that the bet?
I like it.
JJ, is this your play of the day?
I want to be clear that I'm going to give out a lot of plays that I like today, but I won't be betting any of them. I'm all about transparency because right now the board looks like a complete blur. So, but no, I do have that bet quite favorable. If for people that want to jump on it.
Joey, would you bet that bet since JJ's just all over himself right now? Is that a bet you're putting in today?
Yeah, I'm probably going to pull the trigger.
Okay, I'll go do that then. I'll tell you. I got 4.5.
Yeah.
First 5 under 4.5.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Minus 109. Not a bad number.
Beautiful.
Air Watto, you should hop on the show here. That's Cleveland can't hit for shit. I mean, that's the kind of analysis we're in for. I mean, it.
He's not wrong.
Likely with Mangone, Pieter. What are you saying about Mangone, JJ?
Pieter was asking about a Masters video for this week.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that real quick. I got Hoffman. He's in third. It was like, I don't even know, 3,300 to 1 or something. I asked you last week, JJ, about hedging in golf because I don't know shit about golf is my problem. Like, when do I hedge? I can't watch Keg all day today. I still don't know how to get notifications in the live bets. How do you hedge in golf with all the other guys?
It's tough, but the good part about a Sunday in golf, I mean, the last tournament was a little different because it was very matchup based, but this tournament's more of an open field. You want to try to find the 4 or 5 guys that could beat you today. Problem is you do leave yourself with a Polish middle where if somebody makes a huge surge, you'd end up banging yourself. But you could basically say to yourself, I'm gonna bet everybody that's 10 to 1 or better today, unless you get like a super big favorite like a DeChambeau or something who's like 4 to 1 or 2 to 1 or something. But as long as like everybody's still kind of scattered, you can just say to yourself as the day goes on, I'm just gonna hit everybody that's 10 to 1 or better. Whatever it means based on what you would win on the 33 to 1 guy, just to get yourself profit. But again, some people just like to let things ride. I mean, you made a bet like that, and if it's live today, I mean, sweat it out.
Yeah, it's live. Charlie's 2 back in the lead.
Yeah, I know. That's like he's right there. So I gotta hedge out of this. I would think at the price that I'm getting at some point in time, I got to put money on somebody else. I also have Spieth. I had him coming in, but still, if Hoffman's up there, Spieth isn't going to pay as much as I want.
Spieth's in the lead, so you got the 1 and 3 golfer right now.
Yeah, but
so just take the 2,
the money on Spieth
and 10, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you'll have a winning ticket.
All right. I didn't hear what you said, and it seems like it probably
it's actually kind of spread apart. Like if you go down to 5 and 6 is 6 out of the lead.
Yeah, it's 4 guys.
Yeah.
At this point,
there you go. Just give yourself exposure to them, and hope that all 4 don't crash and burn, and these other dudes make a surge.
All right, Baltimore, Boston, another 1 o'clock game. 9.5 is the total. Baltimore, big time dog, plus 150. And why would you not like Baltimore today? Boston's minus 182. Here's my play today. Bruce Zimmerman, lefty for Baltimore against the righty Garrett Richards, who comes over to the Red Sox. Bruce Zimmerman is my play today over 3.5 Ks. A couple things that I really like about him. Last year, this is 2 years ago when he last pitched in the minors, he had 134 strikeouts and 101 in the third innings. He was throwing in the low 90s until this spring, and I guess he found some spin rate. Now he's throwing in the mid 90s, around 95. Boston was top 10 in Ks last year. They suck right now. Renfroe and Dahlbeck are 2 guys that like to strike out a ton. And Bruce Dreckman is the home plate umpire. So I'll take him. He's got an unadjusted K rate of 24%. My play today, DraftKings, over 3.5 Ks for the lefty Bruce Zimmerman. JoeyWerk, what do you got in this game?
Yeah, so Baltimore going for the 3-game sweep.
Mm-hmm.
You love it. Both game 1 and 2, obviously unders. Boston has scored 2 total runs in the first 2 games. Zimmerman, he pitched good in spring, and he did pitch 2 games last year, once versus Tampa, once versus Boston. Versus Red Sox team, 4 innings, only 2 hits, and 5 Ks. So I do like your look there. with the over Ks. And then, this should be – I think there's going to be runs in this game. This should be a good game to open up a little. Garrett Richards coming over from the Padres. He's known for his 8 years with the Angels. He did not pitch well in spring. He had a 5.93 ERA, 1.61 whip, 14 strikeouts with 11 walks. His advanced numbers not very good either the last couple of years. As I mentioned, the first 2 games were clear unders, but I definitely think this one see some runs. I think the Orioles are going to put up some runs early here. I gave out 2 Run Pure Bet subscribers last night, overnight. Orioles team total over 4 at -105 via points bet, and definitely lean full game over as well.
JJ, anything on this Baltimore game today? Any thoughts on my bet? Anything?
Yeah, your K-prop makes a lot of sense, and I have no strong conviction on this game either way. I do think this makes sense for the Red Sox to finally get some runs, though. This lineup is so righty-heavy against left-handers, especially the lineup they put out today. Righty mashers all over the lineup. Now, granted, they have a little bit of a black hole at the bottom of it, but a lot of teams in MLB do. But yeah, no, I like Joey's look with the over, and I like the K-prop for sure. It seems like a very soft number.
Okay, very good. Yeah, 3.5 just doesn't seem like it does anything at all. What up, Gregory Russo? What up, Tom Ricci? That's a good look, Holden. All right, so when it fails, don't blame me. If you think it's a good, we got all the negative mojo. Hey, give us some positive mojo here, JoeyWerk. I'm not even really doing too bad, so I just feel like shit today about myself. So pick me up.
I mean, I'm sorry that you had a bad night. You couldn't get to seal the deal, didn't get to the workbench, but it's Easter Sunday. We're giving out winners. I wore a nice shirt for you. You complained that I didn't dress up nice like a month ago. Like, oh, you dressed like my 11-year-old. I'm wearing a freaking college shirt. It's Easter. I'm ready to go.
I don't have an 11-year-old.
All right, whatever.
I think your hair looks slightly above average today, Holden.
Yeah, there you go. There's your good mojo. Sorry, I didn't compliment
you. No, that feels good. JoeyWerk wanted nothing to do with helping me out today.
I want to be clear. You've had better hair days. But
I have.
It looks slightly above average today.
Well, yeah, because I didn't put anything in it. It's just froed up.
It's 9 in the morning, his time, or whatever time it is over there.
It's 10:23. It's early out here, guys.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and Chicago. Mitch Keller for Pittsburgh. People hate Zach Davies. What's going to happen when Zach Davies goes out today? And I don't know what he's going to do, to be honest. 8.5's the total. Plus 160 for Pittsburgh, and the Cubs are minus 190 on the money line. Why even bother with that? JJ, the wind's blowing out very slightly to left right now, 6 miles an hour. I'm not too worried about that. What's your take on this game from any side?
In actuality, in almost every other scenario, this would be a smash spot for me on the Pirates. Mitch Keller is someone who I'm a huge fan of, and I can't stand Zach Davies. So to me, a perfect storm like that would make me always target first 5 Pirates here, plus half, first 5 Pirates money line. But Mitch Keller certainly has issues with the home run ball. It's plagued him early on in his career. They are hanging a 5.5 K prop for him. The Cubs, they've been kind of mowed down too. They've been another team that hasn't exactly done well behind the dish, not striking out. Now, there was an ump yesterday that was a little egregious with the K zone, so maybe that played a little part of it. But Mitch Keller should be able to get some Ks today. And I know they're hanging a 5.5 for him at dog money, but I'm always a Mitch guy. I think for me, he typically always gets you 5 or 6 strikeouts as long as he can last 5 innings. The problem is that he doesn't always go 5 innings because, again, his home run woes. But yeah, I would lean Pittsburgh here for sure. There's no way I can bet Zach Davies here. And I know that Davies is one of those pitchers that's so frustrating because he gets a lot of quote unquote luck, if you will, when he's pitching. Gets a lot of induced double plays, puts himself in a lot of jams. But he's a very tilting pitcher to watch if you're betting on or against. But regardless, I could make the same argument for Mitch Keller as well.
Joey, I don't have any read whatsoever on this game. Do you?
This is the real Maserati Mitch, is it not? His advanced numbers are good. He closed out 2020 with 11 scoreless innings. He has been better at home than on the road, but the Pittsburgh's bats went silent yesterday. Cabrian Hayes, the rookie, got hurt, and they took him out of the game. Not sure if he's in the lineup today or not, but do they wake up versus Zach Davies today? Fool's gold. Zach Davies in spring training finished with a 1.08 ERA. 12 starts for the Padres last year, 2.73 ERA. His strikeout numbers were up last year again, but I do expect them to regress in a full 162. At this price, it's got to be dog or pass for me. I kind of like the dog, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Yeah, Hayes is not in the lineup today. He's not starting today. So
yeah,
does that do anything for you either way?
I mean, I would have liked for him to be in the lineup, but it doesn't really, fully affect my cap of the game.
Okay, very good. Next game to get to. Let's see here if I can figure out which times or which. Seriously, dude, this times I'm never going to get it. Texas, Kansas City. There we go. Jordan Lyles and Brady Singer. Jordan Lyles does absolutely nothing for me. This Kansas City offense is mashing, so maybe we look at a team total there. 10 is the game total, 9.5, 10. Texas 160 plus 160, and Kansas City minus 190. Not worth it on the money line. JJ, can you make an argument for Texas here or anything offensively for Kansas City? I would think that their run prop is going to be, 5.5 probably?
I think for one thing, something you can expect with Kansas City throughout, especially early on in this year, is they're going to almost always see steam. So what I mean by that is, the overall betting handle is going to back Kansas City. A lot of quote unquote sharper money seems to like this team. So if you're going to be betting against this team in the next series or series later, do realize that you're probably not going to be getting the best number if you're fading this team early. But with that said, Texas's lineup is so dusty. Up and down. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got guys like Gal that cannot, put one in the stands. But up and down the lineup, this is a really dusty lineup. However, these two teams together have been piling on over, specifically the Royals. You can just ride those hot bats in a good matchup versus Lyles. Bet Kansas City's team total over. I don't like betting. I don't do it often. I don't like betting overs that are 5-ish when it's a home team because you're going to get 8 at bats. But this team, I mean, they turn it on quick. And they play a lot of small ball. They've been manufacturing runs pretty well in these first few games. I guess lean Kansas City's team total over, but it's never a spot that I'd like to bet because I just don't like backing home team totals over when it's 5-ish or higher, unless it's cores.
Yeah, it is a high team total, JoeyWerk. I'd like to get in on it, but I don't see myself doing it right now. But it is entirely possible. This offense has been humming early in the season.
Yeah, the wind's blowing out too, 13 miles an hour out. Texas looks like – so Jordan Lyles is just going to be the opener. He's going to start the game. Then they're going to bring in Wes Benjamin, the lefty. Wes Benjamin has sneaky good stuff, K upside, and none of the Royals have seen him. But the Rangers' bullpen's terrible. They've blown leads in both games so far this year, and they've trotted out every single guy out of the bullpen has pitched already. So Kansas City, my sleeper team entering this year, I told you to throw a half unit on them to win the division. They're mashing. Scored 25 runs in 2 games. Brady Singer gets his first start of the year. He pitched great in spring training, sporting a 2.65 ERA, 1 whip, 20 Ks, 5 walks in 17 innings. I think this is a good spot for Singer, but this is the first time he's facing a lot of these Ranger bats, and he's faced much harder bats last year. He played the White Sox twice, the Twins 3 times, so he is tested. I do like Kansas City here, but minus 190 is really juicy, so I'm going to look for Texas to score first, as they did in the first 2 games of the series, and then live bet the Royals.
Do you see another offense? I mean, we got Dodgers, Colorado later, but do you see another offense today with the same amount of upside as we have with Kansas City? Maybe the Yankees. We already talked about Zoik, but do you see another team here outscoring the Royals today?
I mean, the St. Louis-Cincinnati game is going to see a lot of runs, I think. I think Baltimore-Boston is going to see runs too. And then obviously you mentioned the Yankees, but those are.
Yeah. JJ, now again, 5.5 is a lot for the Royals, but do you see them as possibly the top offense today, or is there another offense you like?
Yeah, the problem with the Royals is they do tend to play a lot of small ball. So if you say the best offense, I'm not sure if you're referencing like DFS. I don't know if DFS I'd consider them the best offense just because you don't have a lot of guys that can really put them in the stands. But in terms of the run output today, it's tough not to like the Dodgers, but Royals are up there for sure. They're in the conversation.
Speaking of the Doyers, let's get to this. Dodgers, Rockies, the total is 12. Actually, PointsBet had it at 11.5 this morning. Dodgers are heavy favorites, minus 200. Colorado plus 175. Austin Gomber and Julio Urias. I'm a huge Urias fan. This was the top pitching prospect in baseball. Rotator cuff blew up, shoulder surgery. And then last year had a great postseason. He was terrific. I like Urias. The question is, can he tame Coors? JJ, let's do this first. Urias versus Austin Gomber. Anything on the total, the side, the pitchers? What do you got?
I have no take in this game.
Okay. JoeyWerk.
I'm with JJ. I mean, Julio, he had good spring numbers. He was just the first start, 1.69 ERA, 0.69 WHIP in spring. Gomber is not somebody I'm looking to back. I don't think he's good at all. He was acquired from Arenado deal, and he was less than stellar with the Cardinals. I watched him multiple times. He did pitch decent in spring, but also had two really bad outings. He's not a guy I trust, especially not in Coors Field. So I'm off this game as well.
You're off the game as well. We're all off this game. Forget about it. Arizona, San Diego, nice 4:00 spot here.
All right, so we're just going to skip Minnesota, Milwaukee at 2:00.
Yes, we're going to fucking skip it. We'll get back to it.
All right.
Arizona, San Diego. Total is 9. Pitching matchup here. Chris Paddock, Taylor Widener. San Diego minus 210, plus 185 for Arizona. This is another game for me, JJ, that you can just take it and shove it. I'm not a fan of this. Now, San Diego's offense, the question is, do you want to take San Diego's offense today against Widener? So what's your thoughts there when you start in this game?
I think overall, though, back to K-props, Paddock over 5.5, it's dog money. I do slightly like that. No team in baseball has struck out more than the Diamondbacks thus far. It's only been 3 games, though, but they're averaging about 12-ish per game. The big issue with Paddock is usually road games. He's home, so I don't expect too many issues there. And look, the Padres have looked good. They're a confident team coming into this game. Diamondbacks can't be too confident coming into this Sunday matchup with how they've looked recently. But I'm looking at their lineup too. They have a complete black hole at the bottom of it. Pavin, Smith, Kelly, Perdomo, and then the pitcher. So, I would think it's very possible for Paddock, as long as he doesn't, pile up pitches, which is another issue of him at times, to get over that 5.5 number at dog money. It's DraftKings.
A couple guys talking about Royals first 5 run line. We got Perez and Watto on that one. We got Colorado Dodgers first 5 over 5.5 question mark from Fap. It kind of sounds to me like all 3 of us are just fading that game altogether.
Yeah, so. Last year the unders first 5 in Coors was a moneymaker. So, I have no interest in that.
Okay. And then Twins question mark on Ricci. Fine. That's the next game. JoeyWerk told me I missed it. That's fine. Pineda Hauser. I like this one. I like Pineda a lot. Minnesota. Well, the total here is
all
8.
right. So going back to the Arizona San Diego game, I'll give my take. Thank you.
Oh, you didn't give your take?
San Diego's going for a 4-game sweep. Widener pitched well in spring, not terrible in his first year in the bigs in 2020 either. But in 2019, he had an 8 ERA, over 100 innings. Paddock was the number 1 starter for San Diego last year. 11 spring training innings. He had a 10.64 ERA, 2 WHIP, along with 8 strikeouts, 7 walks. He needs to improve on those numbers. I think this is a great matchup for the D-backs to gain some confidence. They did face Darvish, Snell, and Musgrove, 1, 2, 3. Now we got Chris Paddock. So a little change of pace here after getting shut out yesterday. I took Arizona team total over 3.5 via BetMGM last night at a nice plus 105 number.
If it's sitting there still, people want to hop in?
Probably not, but I can check while we talk about the next game that you're going to.
I absolutely love that look. And I went and I looked at it last night and I absolutely tailed it. But yeah, I really like that look. And I wonder if that number's there anymore. It's pretty sharp. So good. All right, Joey. We'll ignore you for the rest of the show. That'll be wonderful. Minnesota, Milwaukee. Here we go. Total's 8. Both these teams, it's 106 on one side with Minnesota 110, minus 110 with Milwaukee on the other side. Pineda Hauser. I don't like a lot of runs. I don't think Vegas likes a lot of runs either in this game. If I had a side on here, and I kind of have a little lean toward the under, but I'm not going to bet it. So JJ, what do you got?
So favorite bet of the entire slate for me is under 8 runs in this game. However, when I dug in a little deeper into this game, I do prefer some pitcher K props. I think that, we've seen a lot of guys mow down in this series. I think the Twins have struck out 30 times in 2 games, and the Brewers have struck out 26 times in 2 games. These guys are just swinging and whiffing. They've been doing it for 2 entire games now. It's hard for me to think that that's going to just stop today. So yeah, I like Pineda's K-prop. I think he's 5.5 dog money. And I probably like him more at dog money than I do Hauser. But, I like them both. Ultimately, the big thing for me is these are 2 teams that haven't exactly, they're 2 home run teams, or a team that can really put the ball out. Haven't really been doing that in this series. And they've been striking out a ton. So, that leaves you options where there's going to be multiple opportunities where even if guys are on base, they're going to have to either move runners over or make a key base hit. And they haven't done it all series. I know they had the one game that went to extra innings where there was runs late because of bullpens. But overall, I do like, as my favorite play today, the under 8 runs. But I prefer to do the K props instead.
Under 8 runs. I like that too. JoeyWerk, where are you on that one?
Yeah, I like it. Pineda didn't pitch much last year. He's suspended 36 games. He pitched decent in spring ball. He has a good fastball, keeps the off-speed stuff down, resulting in a high ground ball rate. He owns Lorenzo Cain, so I don't expect him in the lineup. I'm not sure if he's in there or not. And he has very good numbers against Jackie Bradley as well. And I think Bradley's in the lineup. The Milwaukee offense hasn't showed up yet, which I was afraid of coming into this year. And I do have in my notes, I'm kind of interested in the Pineda K-prop. So as for Adrian Hauser, he isn't Corbin Burns, who pitched phenomenally yesterday. First 5 starts in spring training, gave up 11 earned runs on 19 hits, 5 walks. Last year, he was terrible, 1-6 overall. His ERA was up, and his strikeouts were down. The Brewers' bullpen is much better than Minnesota, so if you're on the Minnesota side, I would lean first 5, but I don't have an official play here.
You don't have an official play? I don't have an official play. JJ likes to play a lot, and we'll leave it at that. Houston. Well, we got 2 more here. We got 2 more 4:00 games. We got Houston visiting Oakland this afternoon. I want more hit by pitches from the Oakland pitchers, to be honest with you. That was a lot of fun seeing Correa get plunked. 8.5's the total. Basically, you're getting the same odds here. -110 on both sides. You might get a little lower. I think Houston -102. I'm seeing it a couple places, -103. Urquidy and Manaea is the pitching matchup. Manaea is a guy that the A's thought was going to be an ace. Urquidy's a guy that stepped into the rotation and has had some success on that side. JoeyWerk, Houston, Oakland, any looks in this game whatsoever?
Houston looking for the 4-game sweep here. They scored the second most runs to date right now. I was on their team total over yesterday. They got that in the 5th inning. Curdy looked good last year. His 2 major league seasons. He pitched pretty well. 6 innings in spring ball, 2 hits against Oakland. Or last year versus Oakland, he gave up 2 hits in 6 innings. Mark Hanna and Matt Olson are the only A's to have a hit off of him. As you mentioned, Sean Manaea is going for the A's. His ground ball rate was the highest in his career last year. He has great numbers versus Altuve, Carlos Correa, and Brantley, who got hurt last year or yesterday. He got hit in the hand with a baseball, and he got taken out of the game. I'm not sure if he's in the lineup. He probably won't be. So he has sometimes been spotty with control, Manaea. I don't really like this game. I'm off of it.
You're off of it altogether. Okay. Yeah. JJ, any interest here?
Nothing I love, but I will say that when a team goes up 3-0 in a series with a 4th game, I do often like to target the sweep versus all the other teams do for a win. You're getting a fair price on Houston, but personally, I'm going to stay away.
Yeah, it's a stay away spot. Okay. The last 4:00 game. So we only got 2 more games to get to here. And this one's going to be Minnesota and Milwaukee. We already did Minnesota, Milwaukee. Vegas Insider. Hold on a second.
Not even at 4:00.
We did. That was like the 3rd game we did. Then we switched, bro. I mean,
Fantasy Labs. Listen,
you can't just pull up ESPN and go down in line.
By me, 2nd one in 2 weeks.
Holden, we have 2 more games left. A 4:00 game between Milwaukee and Minnesota. A game we just did, which is at 2:00. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I see. You just need to kick me off the show. That's it.
I mean, I'll just send you a page that has the games listed in order.
That's what I need.
And you can just.
I like the live odds. Fantasy Labs did away with it. Vegas Insiders for idiots. I mean, you're just like, put a 1:00 game here, put the 4:00 next. I mean, what am I doing?
I mean, just go to ESPN. It has the games in order. MLB.com has the games in order.
Does it have lines?
Pull up a second tab with lines. Is that too much to do?
I think you're complicating a very simple process.
Yeah, holy hell.
This is the most challenging part of betting for me, is figuring out what time the games are.
I'll trade problems with you.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's we got a night game tonight. We're going to talk about that, right? The White Sox. I mean, that's a nasty offense here. I love this. Shohei Ohtani back on the mound. Ohtani-san against Dylan Cease. Total here is 9.5. The Angels minus 127. White Sox plus 110. I don't know if I hate the dog side here. Joey, I can't remember off the top of my head. The bullpen issues here. Is it the Angels with the bullpen issues or the White Sox have been chewed up? One of these two teams have. I didn't have a lean on this game anyways. I will be watching, though, because I want to see Ohtani-san. Joey, what do you got in this game?
Yeah, so the Angels came back and won yesterday. There was a nice error by, who was it? The left fielder. What the hell's his name? I mean, it was a pop-up that Tim Anderson should have came and caught, and it hit the guy right in the freaking dome.
Was it Robert? He hit him in the face?
Yeah, Luis Robert. It hit him in the dome. And they scored runs off that, and they lost the game. But Ohtani batted yesterday, too. I thought the rule was they're not going to have him bat the game before and game after, but he played yesterday, and he might be in the lineup. I'm hearing he might be in the lineup today, which would be weird. But it is what it is. Dylan Cease has good stuff, but he struggles with his command. He pitched really good in spring, gave up one total run, a solo home run, struck out 11. Ohtani, he could pitch with the best of them when healthy, but we haven't seen him pitch since 2018, really. His spring training got cut short because they had a blister on his finger. So he's coming into this matchup a little questionable with the blister. Both pens have been used a good amount in the first 3 games of the series. I lean probably over, but not enough to pull the trigger. So I'm really just basically off this game.
We're off the game. JJ, you on anything in this game?
Yeah, going to be a lean for me on the under. If 9.5 can get to like minus 110, I'll prefer that. These two teams aren't exactly blistering the baseball. And another thing is that there are also two teams that are striking out a ton. They're second and fourth most strikeouts in baseball to start the season. You'll probably get a really small number with Cease when it comes out. I haven't seen it, but I can't imagine it's bigger than 3.5 or 4.5. Probably be 4 would be the fair number. And again, the Angels have been just getting mowed down via strikeouts. So just something to keep in mind. I know Ohtani's going to get all the love tonight, but the Cease
in the lineup. He's in the lineup. Drew says he's in the lineup. We'll trust you on this one.
So he's batting. He's pitching and batting.
Yeah,
tomorrow he's got to have off. If they play tomorrow, he's got to be off.
Sports Keg. Kushner's trying his best not to do the show anymore. I respect the effort. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I also want to go on record that I respect the effort.
Hustle Wilson likes JoeyWerk in his info. You're a nice capper. He's actually kind of a dick, but he's good at what he does, so that's fine.
Appreciate you, Hustle.
Bobby M, bring the Factsman back instead of this donkey punch Holden. Bobby, that's mean. I mean, listen, the Factsman, pretty goddamn funny guy. Love him. But go eat your food.
Here's an interesting tidbit. We're supposed to surprise you guys with him making an appearance today. He was supposed to make an appearance today, but ghosted it.
Damn, I seriously was supposed to come on. He blew us off.
Yeah, I saw him on the description. And I got excited. I'm like, Factsman, let's go.
He said, first of all, he watches the college basketball video I did yesterday, sends me a voicemail saying, I don't know if you just chose to do the show without me, but you can go fuck yourself. I hope you lose every bet. I hope you lose every bet you make today, you stupid cocksucker. And by the way, if you said the video was supposed to be on Sunday, I apologize. It's Holy Week. I need to be better. And then I call him and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I told you the show's going to be tomorrow. All right, yeah, I'm good for it. Meanwhile, nothing, no call, no email. I sent him the link, doesn't show up. Does his own thing.'s probably still tilting over the UConn's women loss.
Do you want to call him right now on the air and see what he's doing? I think that'd be a great bit.
Good try.
Yeah, call him. Why not? Put him on speaker. Tell him he's on the show. Let's figure out what Faxman's doing today.
He might be at church.
Start it off.
Your dad goes to church. The last guy I thought would go to church would be your father.
Start it off by telling him he's live on the show, though.
Yeah, you got to say you're live on the show.
Yeah.
You're just real quick. You're in case you say something weird. You're on the show right now.
You cocksucker, I got a fucking fever.
All right, yeah, don't worry. I'll
Listen to me. I went to go play poker at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, and about 3 o'clock in the morning. They fucking won't let me in. They said at 102 fever. They said, I said, well, look, I'm a little excited. I haven't played poker in a long time. I'm just a little riled up, you know.
Well, look, get yourself some sleep and take some medicine. I'll call you a little later.
Don't be fucking waking me up.
All right, then I'll call you tonight. I mean, what do you want from me? Happy Easter, by the way.
Oh, fuck, it's Easter. That's where everybody's in church. All right, do the show. I took first half in some games in the American League.
Good. I'll let people know you took the first half in some game today. All right. Look. Feel better. I'll call you later. All right.
Feel better, Factsman. Yeah, he ain't going to church. He didn't even know it was Easter. He's sick, though. Is that what he said? He had a fever?
Yeah. He could be a bit of a drama queen though at times.
Okay, I hope your old man's okay though.
He'll be he's a warrior. He'll be fine.
F and Bob, you're right. I'd rather watch the Factsman. Hey, at least I did something good today. I told Joey to put it on the speaker. I just want to say again, Bobby M, suck your own face. Anybody else want anything to say here before we get out of here?
No, I'm good. I wrote up all our best bets in the comments. So if you missed it, just slide through the comments. You'll see it. Yeah, nothing left for me. Holden, you want to take us out after the impressive show you put on today?
Hit the like button before you bounce, people. Happy Easter, everybody.
Is this where I'm supposed to hit end? Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in. Please like the video.
Fuck your face, Bobby M.
Subscribe to the channel. Gamble responsibly.